Hey everyone, happy spring equinox and happy Mercury direct. I repeat, happy Mercury direct. So, this is a splendid day because Mercury, our beloved communication planet, in the sign of Pisces, where it is not very comfortable to begin with, has been retrograde since February 26th, and we have been through it with this Mercury and Pisces retrograde. And today, very recently, in the last 30 minutes, it has gone direct. Now, I think it's important to keep in mind that this is a pivotal day, it's a transitional day. The sun went into Aries this morning, signifying the spring equinox. And I felt it. I definitely needed to ground myself. Aries energy makes you want to kind of just jolt forward. And the sun going into Aries kind of, brings the present moment into that urge, impulse to jolt forward. And I definitely felt it, and I had to sit down, and I was actually going into a meeting, and I just guided everyone in the meeting through a little grounding breath work. Just to remember that our feet are on the ground and we're not swimming in water anymore, but we also don't have to impulsively move anything forward without at least feeling grounded. So the synchronicity with this sun going into Aries, Mercury still in Pisces, but now moving direct. So that Mercury in Pisces is at the same degree point as the North Node in Pisces, right? So this collective North Node is showing each of us and reminding each of us really what this dream that we are collectively cultivating really is about. And this Mercury direct, right? This Mercury and Pisces direct at that same degree point of the North Node, the transiting North Node, this collective North Node that is working with all of us. It's very symbolic because it's reminding each of us what our individual parts are in that collective dream, right? The dream of the future that we are sort of piecemealing together through our energy, right? Through the vibration that we're choosing to be in day by day, the choices that we're making, the way that we're exchanging energy, the conversations we're having, all of that contributes to our understanding and our awareness and our engagement, our participation in this collective dream actually being able to move forward. Now, this weekend is really symbolic as well because there are different aspects that are coming together, such as Mars, right? So the planet that facilitates us taking actual action, right? This planet that moves us forward is also going to be trining the planet Jupiter, right? So we have Mars in a water sign and we have Jupiter in a water sign. So they're going to form a trine this weekend as well. And Mars is in the sign of Pisces, right? And takes action through divine direction and intuition. And Jupiter in Cancer is helping us heal our ancestral wounding, as well as our family of origin patterns, right? Helping us rewrite the story of our upbringing and our understanding of what it was all about, and bringing us into this much higher perspective around our past, where we came from. And so this trine, is really supportive as well, because it's helping us feel more confident in where we're going based on this new reframed narrative of where we've been. And that Mars in Pisces can help us find a place of forgiveness, right? Self-forgiveness, forgiveness of the past, forgiveness of the people from the past. And keeping in mind that doesn't always mean that you start connecting with them again, or you have a relationship with them again if you haven't. But there is just this increased lightness around everything that occurred, and the purpose in that increased lightness is so that we can move more swiftly into the future. And that's what this lineup of Aries planets is really trying to get us to do. So today we have Mercury in Pisces moving direct, keeping in mind that when Mercury stations direct, it does take time to feel those effects. Mercury will be in shadow zone territory for the next 2 weeks before it really clears its shadow completely. And so it's important for us to just take it a little bit slower and not expect, a completely clear path in terms of our communications and all of the details that are required for us to make our plans in these next couple of weeks. So definitely keep your calendar out, double check it, and just keep that in mind, that Mercury is going to take time to build momentum. So that Mercury in Pisces, working directly with the collective North Node that we're all a part of, creating this collective dream. Mars in Pisces. And then we've got the Sun, Neptune, Saturn, Venus, the Moon, and Chiron all in Aries today. Now, the only one that will be moving on pretty quickly now is that Moon. The Moon only stays in a sign 2.5 days, but today is sort of a reintroduction of Aries energy. And like I said, I needed to ground myself this morning because I felt that jolt. And I have a significant planet in Aries, so I think I felt it a little extra. So keeping in mind that this is a glimpse of what we are stepping into in this next month, right? Because we will have even more planets in Aries come the end of April. And we're going to have a really symbolic Aries new moon in April as well. And so this is sort of the warm up. And I think that for me, my body this morning feeling really ungrounded was a reminder that, like you feel the jolt, right? You feel that push, that impulse to start moving more quickly. And it's not quite time to sprint yet. It is time to start thinking about your plans for sprinting. It is time to start imagining these fresh starts in a very real way, and maybe, packing the bag and the water bottle and the things that you need for the sprint, because we are pretty close now. But it is important for us to keep in mind, we can't get ahead of ourselves, right? We don't want to burn out before we even start. And so let's stay grounded in the fact that we still are working with Pisces planets, Pisces energy, and this Mercury direct is really going to support us in more clearly identifying the voice of our higher self and that intuitive guidance that is happening through these Pisces planets, as well as that North Node in Pisces. So also this weekend, the Sun, newly in Aries as of this morning, at 0 degrees of Aries, will be conjunct Neptune this weekend as well, right? So Neptune's at 1 degree of Aries, and so the Sun will move to 1 degree this weekend, and they will be working very closely together. And it's sort of another layer of the dream, right? Because Neptune, naturally ruling Pisces, is the dream, right? Neptune helps us identify and over time identify the difference between what's just a dream and what's a dream that we're actually making reality. And Neptune in Aries is definitely helping us identify a dream that we can actually make reality. We just have to remember the faults that we can fall, the traps that we can fall into when it comes to Aries, which is, again, burning out before we start, not having enough energy for the long haul. And so when the sun makes a conjunction to Aries next week, when the sun makes a conjunction to Saturn in Aries next week, I'll be talking a little bit more about that next week. We will then get this burst of energy of like, okay, now it's time to lay the structure. It's time to understand the structure. It's time to understand what is necessary from me, right? What do I need to do to initiate and maintain this structure that's going to actually help sustain the manifestation of this dream, right? And my dream is a part of this collective dream. And so it's a great time to be checking in about, is my dream a part of the collective dream? And is it really my dream, right? Is it someone else's dream? Is it coming from a place of my past values? Is it coming from a place of ego? Is it coming from a place of not really thinking it through, right? And so we're being invited to, especially with the conjunction with Saturn next week, the sun will conjunct Saturn and we'll be able to answer those questions a little bit more easily, to really be able to see what's on the dream table that doesn't hold stability, doesn't hold longevity. And so with all of that said, happy Aries season, happy spring equinox. I hope you were able to get outside today, wherever you are, and just lean into whatever signs of spring you can. I was lucky enough to be able to go on a hike with my husband and just see that there were, so it's some more green grass, some more little buds and blooms around. The weather here in Colorado is really warm today, so that helped as well. So I hope that wherever you are, you're able to identify some signs of spring, whatever they may be. And I will see you next time as we navigate this Aries season, this fresh start, this astrology new year together. Thank you so much.